Hello everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Ali Raza Zaidi. I am Dynamics 365 for Finance and Operation Consultant. In this video, I am going to share you how corrective maintenance in asset management module for Dynamics 365 for Finance and Operations. Agenda for this video is corrective maintenance. The definition of corrective maintenance, then corrective maintenance process flow in D365 for Finance and Operations, one use case, and then demo. So corrective maintenance is the maintenance request or maintenance when fault or issue occur in equipment or an asset. This is also called a breakdown. So this is the corrective maintenance process flow in D365 for Finance and Operation. First of all, you have to create a maintenance request against any asset or equipment. Then someone goes and verify and diagnose the issue and put its notes and confirm that asset is verified. If issues exist, issue found, then they update the status for maintenance request to in progress. Otherwise, he can reject the maintenance request. Then he convert it to a work order. And the work order can be assigned to some other person or a same person. The assigned person estimate the work order, the item or a spare part consumed on that maintenance, and then there is possibility for expenses like travel expense, like meal expense, etc. Then they verify, then they can verify that stock is available or not. If stock is not available, then complete procurement process can be followed. That is not part of this video. The normal procurement process, only reference of a work order will be there. Normal D365 finance and operation procurement process can be executed from a work order. If stock is there, then workers schedule that work order and then release the work order against a specific person or a technician. When technician receives the work order or he start working on the work order, so he change its status to in progress. Then there is possibility for a checklist. Checklist can be helped to guide technician to perform all necessary steps against a fault or a job type in a work order. Or there will be a confirmation that these things will be verified after the maintenance. So we can use checklist multiple times. This is optional part, but it recommended that you have a checklist against each job type, or you can create a directly checklist on a work order. But usually we can, best practice is that you have to create a checklist and template and then attach on a job type. And when a work order create, it have a multiple job types, so every job type has its own checklist. When the task is completed, when the job is completed, the technician have to post the journal to consume the items, hours and expense against that maintenance. And after that, technician complete the work order, and as per setup, when work order is completed, maintenance request is automatically completed. So this is the complete process, workflow process in D365 for finance and operation, which starts from a maintenance request, verification, convert into a work order. Against estimation, you can schedule a work order, dispatch a work order, or release a work order status change into in progress. Technician start working on it. He can update the checklist to confirm that these tasks will be performed, or these steps are performed on the asset maintenance and verifications. Then he can post the items, hours and expenses against that maintenance and complete the work order. So I'm going for a use case. So I register a generator as a asset or equipment into D365 for finance and operations, and in this video I'm going to create a work order against that generator. So let's begin. So my friend, this is the D365 for finance and operation environment, and at the time of recording I am using 10.0.32 version of D365 for finance and operations. So for going into asset management module, I have to click here and then asset management and all assets. I have this asset asset GN005, that is of engine type. Request against it, it shows me there is no maintenance request against it. So I am going to create a maintenance, corrective maintenance, or a repair type of maintenance against this asset. For this one way is that you have to create here on a view menu and create a new, or you can go asset management, maintenance request, and all maintenance requests. You have to click on it. Right, from here I'm going to create a new maintenance request, and from asset I am searching GAN and GN5. Asset is selected and click on save. Now it's asking about more, but I'm ignoring these two steps: fault area, fault type, and there is possibility if I required a downtime I can select, but if there is no need for a downtime we can skip this step. So I'm expecting the actual, so it's mentioned that who will recording this maintenance. So I add some comments: oil leakage, leak, extra noise, and click on OK. So corrective request is created and oil is leakage, asset is there, Gen 5, right? And now if I, for example, if I am the technician, how I can set it, how can I work? So first of all I go there and verify the fault. So I add my notes here, I put add notes and also mention the issue found. So issue found, and I confirm that asset is verified, and you can see the current user is appeared here. Now there is a one step that if we want to proceed this maintenance request to work order or repair, we can change its state to in progress. And if we found that there is no issue, or we did not want to proceed, so then we change the state to reject. So for this will happen from here, and I am changing it to in progress. So you can see the status of a maintenance request is converted into a in progress. Now I am convert into a work order. So again it now asks me what is the issue. I mentioned that oil leak and sound and noise problem, right? Now it want that what type of maintenance job you required. I said it repaired. And trade can be a mention that what type of group of people can fix this. So currently we have a contractor, technician, mechanic, wheelwright, or operators. So I am selecting the technicians, and if there is a job variant, currently we don't have any job variant. If we have, we can select it from here, and expected start date and expected end date. So I'm click on OK. Right, work order is created. Now I'm going on a work order by a two-way. Either I have to click on this, which is created WO00019, right, or I have to go again in asset management, asset, functional location, maintenance request, and all work order. I'm going to click here. And here is 19, and here first of all a different information. This is project ID. Against this, all the expenses will be posted. This is the activity number, this project management and accounting relevant information, and job type, trade electrician, and we can also mention a schedule, address, and description. This is the ad hoc repair, and you can see the internal notes will be come from maintenance request. And now I am going to add some forecast before this work order assigned to a worker to work on it. I am going to add some. We have here a project of forecast. So 1 hour is already there. So from where it comes? It comes from the job maintenance. So on a job type defaults, we can define the forecast. Now I'm going to add more. So I'm expecting this task required 3 hours. So I'm going to edit it, and instead 1 hour I set a 3 hours, right? And line property, it will be a non-billable because our own organization will be do a maintenance job. So item I am expanding the display dimension, site and warehouse. Now I'm click on OK. Again I'm now adding items and click on gen. So there is possibility for a filter need to be replaced one, and then warehouse is 11, right? Again add one more, and again I'm select gen, then is oil is 1, and warehouse is 11. So there is 2 items I added. Now there is possibility for expenses. What expenses can be possible? I can add expense for a taxi. So there is possibility 20 is going dollars for going and $20 for coming. So I add a $40, and I add a meal. So I offer a technician for a $15 meal if we go to visit a asset install location for a maintenance. So this is my forecast. I am going to save it. So forecast is done. Now I am going to schedule this work order and then dispatch to a technician. So for this I am going to click on a journal and then schedule, and confirm it OK, and then dispatch. It show me a 3 hours. I can say ignore the schedule, ignore the execution date and starting date, and worker I assign to my worker. Now work order is assigned to my user, and suppose I am going to open asset management, my work order schedule, and work order 19, right? So I click on it and I go on a work order route, right? And then I change the work order state to in progress, and I mentioned that NIST 1.3, right? Actual starting time is updated here. Now I'm fix that issue, resolve that issue, and now I'm going to update the item consumption, hour consumption, and expenses or a fee. So for this I am going here in a project and click on a journal. So now I can add hours, items and expenses directly, but for this example I am copying from a forecast and then modified it. So I copied it. So it asked me that hour yes, item yes, and expenses yes. If it is already any journal line, any unposted journal line is there, so it can be automatically deleted, but I don't have anyone, so I am selected no and click on OK. So I found that 3 hours are forecasted, but it took me only 2 hours, right? I saved it, and then I checked that filter is fine. There is no, I did not replace the filter, but oil is changed. So I select this line and remove. So I select this line, filter, and remove it and click on yes. Then I go on a expense section and I found yes, I eat $15 burger, in a lunch, and for taxi I paid a 20 to reach that location and 20 for come back. So I am going to save it and post the journal. It give me some error, line property is missing. So what is the issue is that we did not mention that. So I select this line property where I can mention that is billable or non-billable. So I select it's non-billable, and this is also non-billable. Save it and post the journal. So journal is successfully posted. Now one step is missing, that is a maintenance checklist. So I complete my maintenance, and now I'm going to verify that all the necessary steps I done or I completed before closing the work order, or all those things I have to verify that these things are working fine before closing the work order, that my task is completed or work order is completed. So for this option is maintenance checklist. These checklists are also come from maintenance job type default, or you can directly attach here. So I'm going to confirm that these things I verified. For example, I select it and add it, and value is verified, then second is verified. I'm going back and I'm going to change the status of a work order live state. So now I'm going to complete it, and with respect to same step, it automatically update the work schedule status. Confirm that I perform all those steps and click on OK. Now it asked me on which actual time I finished the maintenance job. So I mentioned just 2 hours. For example, forecasted hours, we mentioned the three hours are a forecast, so it automatically picked the actual start date plus 3 hours, but I finished the task in a 2 hours, so I mentioned the 2 hours. I click on OK. You can see its work order status is completed, and if I go that this is the my maintenance request. So we can also add different types of maintenance notes that can be reusable for a future. So these are coming from a maintenance request, internal notes, and anything we can add here are notes. For example, I can add and confirm this. These type of notes can be reusable in future. So I'm going back to maintenance request, and if I go on a maintenance request, you can see it's a 22. You can see its status is also finished, and it's not now active. So this is the process for reactive maintenance, where I show you again. See you in another video for preventive maintenance. Thank you for watching. See you in another video.